Hi, my name is Khoi, and in this podcast, I'll be talking about Johannes Gutenberg. So, I'll be answering my inquiry question: how did Johannes Gutenberg affect medieval and modern society? To answer my inquiry question, the 3 points that I'll be discussing about is Gutenberg's life, his printing press, and his legacy. Let's start off with, who was Johannes Gutenberg? Johannes Gutenberg was a man who was born in a German city called Mainz in the year 1398. Johannes Gutenberg was a blacksmith, a goldsmith, a printer, and a publisher. Gutenberg started his working life as a merchant, then moved in working as a blacksmith and a goldsmith. Gutenberg had a massive contribution of the technology evolving in the 15th century. Johannes did have a lot of financial problems despite having a printing company. He borrowed 800 pennies from a local financier to buy the required equipment for his business. Johannes was heavily in debt and couldn't pay the financier's first loan. There was an agreement that he could be his business partner. Johannes then got sued because he couldn't pay the first loan and lost the suit. And then the financier took over the business. Books were very expensive back then. Johannes was determined to make books more efficient to make and more cheaper to purchase. According to a financial printer, before the invention of the printing press, the absolute minimum of the cost of a book was 100 shillings. With the introduction of the printing press, the cost of a book fell by 80%. This shows that with the invention of the Gutenberg press, it was much cheaper to purchase books. So, what is the Gutenberg printing press? The Gutenberg printing press was a device created by Johannes Gutenberg. The printing press is typically used for books and text. Gutenberg's press was perfectly suited for printing. Gutenberg created these movable blocks of letters and numbers out of different types of metals: lead, antimony, and tin. He created his own ink using linseed and soot, a creation which had a big impact in the involvement over the water-based inks used in China. The first printing press was much more efficient than the paper pressing to ink by hand. Using a printing press was only a fraction of the cost of conventional printing methods such as offset printing. According to a company called Boundless, in 1480 Common Era, already there was printers active in 110 different places, and by 1500 the printing presses have already produced over 20 million copies of books. This shows that the printing presses are much more efficient at producing books. Lastly, is Johannes Gutenberg's legacy still around today? When the printing press got invented, he opened the door for many to access printed books. Not only did the printing press evolve how printed materials were produced, it also evolved the information and knowledge around the world today. The printing press made it possible for knowledge to be spread widely and read by anyone. People say that the invention of the printing press may be the greatest invention. Printing is still important, but today, digital screens and technology are slowly taking over. How did Johannes Gutenberg have an effect on medieval and modern society? Johannes Gutenberg did have a massive contribution back in the medieval period and today. Johannes made books more efficient to make and more cheaper to purchase. Printing jobs started to spread around the world, and Gutenberg's legacy is still around today, and with his invention we are able to gather more knowledge and information. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have learned something about Johannes Gutenberg. Bye.